So we haven't heard a lot about business tonight, and now I am going to talk about something special. And it is a personal story. In 1990, life was pretty good. Things were rolling along really well. And then in a split second, my life changed. I was hit by a drunk driver. Now, I don't want to talk about the accident too much, but it changed my life for sure. Leading up to that, life was going really well. Really good in business. I was a manager in a car dealership. Had some other things going, I was playing at farming, as my dad would say, if you can do that. And the thing that was missing, that I so much wanted, was someone to share my life with. And yet, I felt unworthy, undesirable, because it just wasn't happening. Or as they say in rural Ontario, it ain't happening, it wasn't happening. So, this changed my life. So the year went on. It was a difficult year in 1990. Working through the pain, working through the struggles of that. And I'll be very honest with you. At points, I almost ended my life. But you know what was really incredible about that time? I realized, and I started to realize more and more, the people around me, my family, my close friends, they didn't want me to leave this world. And they kept telling me that. So in conversation, I was placed with a dare. And you'll hear from Allison later, but I won't use her term, but someone said, you need some love in your life. Right? You need some love. And so in those days, 1990, the internet wasn't prevalent. There wasn't plenty of fish. There wasn't any of those types of ways to find a mate. I think we have a couple of people connected through that over here by their giggles. But what you had to do was put a personal ad in the London Free Press. You had to actually, I had to actually write it because I didn't have a computer. Handwrite it, and I don't remember exactly what I said, but it was some of those cheesy but really true things about me. Rural farm guy, hopeless romantic, looking for a partner in life. Something like that. Please send a picture. That was important to me, not because of looks, that is important. But for me, I've always been the kind of person that when I looked in people's eyes and their face, I knew instantly if they were connecting with me or not. So, the process was, send this in with my check. For those of you who are young, that's a piece of paper that you write on. It's like money, but it's not really money. And then you wait for like 3 weeks for it to come out of your account. $60. Cost. Set that in, and then you wait until the London Free Press stockpiles all those letters. And man, I was in anticipation. I kept going to check the mailbox. I'd go early to check the mailbox. And that was a process in itself too, because we had a long driveway. I'd get down there before my dad, because I didn't want him to know what I was doing. Right? Then one day I went to the mailbox, and there's all the letters. All 3 of them. I resonated with 3 people. So I rushed back in the house, kept them private, ran up to my room, opened the first letter, and clearly she didn't have the same idea as I did. I think she wanted to do other things that a rural farm boy was really sort of naive about. There was words in there I hadn't heard before. Things that you could do together I never knew were possible. Gave me something to think about. But no, that wasn't the purpose of this. I read the next one. Seemed really nice person. But something didn't click, and there was no picture. The next one I opened the letter and the picture fell out, and as soon as I saw the picture, I remember going, wow. Beautiful auburn hair, porcelain white skin. It was a postgraduate picture. So it looks very formal. But right away it connected, and as I read the letter, I cried. Because it connected. So, I don't know how much time passed. It took me a while to get up the nerve to call her. Now that was another process because we lived on the farm on a party line. Does anybody know what a party line is? With a rotary phone. So you have to pick up the phone and see if anybody's on the line. And if they are, you gotta wait, or you ask very politely, can I please use the phone to call this person that I put a personal ad in the paper for? Never met, but I'd like to call her tonight. And then you go, 1, 0, and you know how it goes. It's a dial, it's a rotary phone. And then if you get a busy signal, you gotta go through the whole process again. But finally I connected with her, and as soon as I heard her voice, I thought, oh my goodness, she's an angel. I knew something was right. So we made plans to meet. At the time I was a manager in a car dealership, Chevrolet's Cadillac dealership. Sounded impressive, right? I had a beautiful Oldsmobile. Does anybody know, the younger people don't know what Oldsmobiles are probably. Oldsmobile was a luxury brand. I had a Tornado, but I put it away in the winter. And so I bought a winter car. Beautiful, 4-door, brown, Oldsmobile Delta 88 Royale with frying pan hubcaps. And those are the kind of hubcaps when you go around the corner too fast, they fly off. Right? Which happened often because we cropped her. Anyway, that's a whole other story. So my friends said, oh, you're going to get her and meet her in the big brown turd, which is what we call it, the big brown turd. And I'm like, yeah, why not? And then I got thinking about, oh my goodness, that's not a good thing. So I actually thought about taking my parents' car. At the time, they had a great big Chrysler that my mom referred to as a soft rolling casket. And I thought, there's no way I could drive that. That's even worse. And I didn't want to play into the stigma and the persona of a farm boy and show up in a pickup truck that had this slight stench of pig manure. So I took the big brown turd, and off I went to London. I got to London, I used a paper map to find the apartment, went up to the door, actually dialed the wrong number, got somebody who had no idea what I was talking about, was quite embarrassed that they might have answered an ad they didn't know about. But anyway, finally went up, and I think it was the 6th floor, went up, and when she opened the door, I think my jaw dropped on the floor. In fact, I know it metaphorically did. And I remember it was December 21st, 1991, 6:06 p.m., because I looked at my watch before I came. She had long auburn hair, like her picture, a white turtleneck sweater, black denim jeans, and little booties. And I was in love. So she offered me something to drink before we left, and as I went in and tripped over the transition of the door, I didn't know apartments had that. We settled on a place to go eat. So we settled on a restaurant called Krebs, which is where Tony Romas is in Wellington Road South right now. And we went to eat, and as we started to eat, I started to talk. I was a little bit nervous, and I just started to flow out, and I told her that I'd recently been at a Christmas party where I got drunk and stood on the table and put earrings on my nipples and danced around. And why I did that, I have no idea. And yet I thought, wow, she's still here. And as we talked, I watched her devour a whole basket of bread in like 10 minutes. And I thought, wow, she's for me. Yeah, farm boy, bread, meat, and potatoes, right? But what was interesting, as we talked and talked about where we were from, I found out a few interesting things. Her grandfather had been married 5 times, and he was currently married to a woman named Helen. My mom's name was Helen. In fact, that Helen was friends with my mom for 40 plus years. They were raised in the same neighborhood. As we talked further, I found out that her grade 3 teacher was a dear friend of my mom's also, and was their bridesmaid at my parents' wedding. Meant to be. So the relationship started, and I remember calling on the phone every night for a half an hour. Over and over and over again, half an hour. And my dad would say, what on earth could you talk to somebody about for a half an hour every night? I said, I don't know, but Dad, this feels right. So on December 21st, 1992, I proposed. A year to the day that we met. And I'm happy to say that this year in May we'll be married 26 years. So why do I tell you this? You all look really bored. No. The reason I tell you this is because sometimes connections happen in our life when we need it most, and beyond our scope of understanding. We don't know why it happens. And that happens in business too, if we have an open mind and we're willing to meet other people. We know right away we're going to be judged when we're met. When we meet people, we're judging people. And what I would ask you to do is just try to work on tearing down those judgments of others. Don't judge anybody before you talk to them. Because as you do, you meet people that'll change your life forever. Kyle mentioned, this is January 20th, 2020. We're 20 days into a new year. What's this new decade going to be for you? Don't make it about, this year, about, oh, it's not my time. I'm too busy. Oh, I don't know if I'll get to it. I don't know. I'm not worthy of success. Don't make it that kind of decade. Make it one that you'll be proud of, because each and every one of you have within you all you need to be successful. This event, and what Kyle has created and we have fostered along with him, is an event where you can come and meet, greet, and grow other people in a supportive environment where there's no judgment. And we're all going to grow together and rise to the top.